I toured the Arizona State Capitol. Well, kind of. You'll see what I mean in a second. Regardless, in this video, I'm going to show you the inside and outside of its building. The Arizona State Capitol is located in the city of Phoenix, Arizona, a city with a population of more than 1.6 million residents. This makes Phoenix the fifth most populous city in the US and the most populous capital city. I visited Phoenix exactly one day after my visit to the Utah State Capitol. It was only the last week of May, and boy, let me tell you, I wouldn't want to live in Phoenix during the summer. The heat was already scorching hot. Anyway, after flying into Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, I grabbed my rental car and had to drive only 9 minutes to the Arizona State Capitol building. So let's get to it. Much like the state of Florida, the original Arizona State Capitol still stands, but it has been turned exclusively into a museum. The state of Florida now has one executive tower that holds the offices of pretty much all the legislators, including the governors. Similar to Florida, but not exactly, the state of Arizona uses 3 buildings for its legislators. The governor, their staff, and many other state workers are housed in an executive tower. The House and Senate each have their own buildings, which are located on the opposite sides of the Arizona State Capitol Museum. By the way, if you haven't watched my Florida State Capitol tour, be sure to find that video in the link playlist of the description section of this video. You'll have a better understanding of the comparison that I just made. Anyway, because the Arizona Executive Tower is a separate building located behind the Arizona State Capitol Museum, I did just a quick drive in front of it so I can say that I've seen it. Afterwards, I drove to the other side of the Arizona Capitol Museum, parked my car, and began walking towards the museum. Among all my Capitol visits so far, at least from what I noticed, Arizona by far has the most patriotic Capitol grounds, meaning located in the front of the Capitol Museum is the Wesley Boland Memorial Plaza. It's a plaza that's home to more than 30 memorials that honor prominent figures, wars, and events in Arizona history. It includes various artifacts from the USS Arizona, Vietnam memorials, World War I memorials, a memorial for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and many more. Had it not been so hot outside, I probably would have spent more time looking at the plaza memorials. Because of the heat and the fact that my phone was heating up, I kept moving towards the Capitol. Walking towards the front door of the museum, you'll find both the House and Senate buildings and a Liberty Bell replica. I actually explained in my last video how 55 Liberty Bells were created and forged in France. Now that I'm more conscious of this, I'm going to be on the lookout for each Liberty Bell at each future Capitol visit. Eventually, I made it into the building. The Arizona State Capitol Museum is a historic capitol whose construction was completed around 1900. No government functions are held in the building today because, as I said, it's now just a museum. But since I was already there, I did a quick walkthrough of each of the floors of the museum. As you enter the museum, you will quickly encounter the building's rotunda. There are no glorious murals painted around its structure, but there is a skylight that allows for a lot of light from the sun above. Looking out of the skylight from the inside of the building, you can partially see the angel that sits on top of the building from the outside and the chandelier that extends from the bottom of her feet. As you walk towards the south side of the building, you will encounter all the first floor room displays. The first display you will encounter is the Arizona Veterans Hall of Fame, which is a dedication to the lives lost on the USS Arizona during the invasion on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Next, you will encounter the life and death of the USS Arizona display room, which describes events that walk you through the timeline from the commissioning through to the decommissioning of the ship. It also includes the impressive set of silver and copper punch bowl service artifacts from the USS Arizona. These were removed from the ship for cleaning prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor. Next up, you'll find a room dedicated to African American soldiers who fought in American wars, and then a specific room dedicated to Buffalo Soldiers. Buffalo Soldiers was the name given to African American post-Civil War cavalry soldiers by the American Plains Indians who the soldiers were fighting against. It is said that the American Plains Indians referred to the black troops as Buffalo Soldiers because their dark curly hair resembled a buffalo's coat and because of their fierce nature of fighting. The last exhibit on this floor is an entire room dedicated to the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Like the first floor, the second floor is full of different exhibits. The north side hallway includes an exhibit displaying the minerals of Arizona. In the east side rooms of the north side hallway, you'll find a display that walks through the territorial to state timeline of the state of Arizona and the historic governor's office. The historic governor's office, however, only really contains a bunch of portraits of past state governors. On the other side of this floor is a display by the Arizona Railroad Historical Society and a seasonal exhibition gallery. The third floor has more exhibits. The first I encountered was a display dedicated to the women's suffrage movement. This was an important reminder that many groups were and are still ostracized in the United States. From 1869 to 1920, only 10 U.S. territories or states granted women the right to vote, and it wasn't until 1920 that the U.S. Constitution officially gave women the right to vote via the 19th Amendment. I think everyone is so caught up on measuring their own injustices and oppressions against someone else's injustices and oppressions that existing oppressions just get downplayed. But that's all I'll say about that. Next, I viewed the historic House of Representatives chambers before making my way up to the fourth floor. The fourth floor contained a few more exhibits, including an exhibit about the historic Phoenix trolley system and one about the construction of the Capitol building. This is also where you can find the historic Supreme Court and House of Representatives galleries, but these rooms were locked. Before wrapping up my trip, I made my way out to the museum and walked to the Senate building. No sessions were in progress, so I got a chance to walk up to the gallery to get a recording of the Senate building chambers. Unfortunately, the House of Representatives was locked, so I didn't get any recording of the House of Representatives chambers. But I'm sure the Senate chamber looks similar to the House chamber since the buildings are closely identical. And that's the Arizona State Capitol. Or rather, the Arizona State Capitol Museum. After my tour, I made my way back to my hotel room, freshened up, and then headed out for my workout at the West Temp Arizona Planet Fitness. Unfortunately, this will be my last Capitol visit trip for quite a while. It was in this month that I decided that I'll start a new venture, which will be a YouTube fitness channel since I love working out so much. And I also decided I wanted to create a fitness course to accompany the channel, since I think so many people who work out need better direction to achieve the results they want. So I spent the next month working on my fitness course, which you can check out at buildmusclegetlean.com if you're interested in going through your own drug-free body transformation. During this same time, I also left the country and spent 2 weeks in Greece, which I'm definitely going to create videos for. So stay tuned for that. It'll be the next videos going up on this channel, and I can't wait. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this Capitol tour, and I'm excited to fill you in on my 2 week of island hopping in Greece. So if you're interested in seeing my Greece videos, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel so you'll see those videos pop up in your feed once they're released. Until then, always remember, go out and go travel. You have everywhere to go see.